Take your shot. Yeah, we pumping, we happening. Welcome to another episode, another edition. I lost track. What number we at? 16, 17, somewhere there. Yours truly, Junior K. This time around, we are honored to have the travel enthusiast, right? Soon to be called a daughter of the soil. Travel with Zoe. She's here on set with us at 63 Lounge, Area Peter Avenue. Inside this episode, as usual, we drink, we have fun, we chit chat, we wild out, we laugh. And for those of you that are sitting at home in Grenada, St. Lucia, Jamaica, the British Virgin Islands, right here in Trinidad and Tobago, we urge you, please, if you're under the age of 18, do not consume any alcohol. All right, if you're driving, do not consume any alcohol. You're celebrating a birthday and anniversary and you're of the legal age, you know what I mean? Drink responsibly. So, how does it feel?
What?
To be here, I mean, you know, we finally get you. I've been trying to get you to come since before Carnival. I guess you probably had a hectic Carnival season.
Wait, were you? Before Carnival?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Yeah, since before Carnival. So I guess, you know, so many people trying to hit you up, hook up.
Yeah, podcast is
interviews.
quite a lot, yeah.
Right, good. So how has it been? How has Trinidad been treating you? How does it feel to be here for such a long period of time? Back and forth.
Well, yeah, I mean, I first came 10 years ago, so it's kind of normal at this point to
really?
come to Trinidad. Yeah.
Right.
So I literally first came in 2015. So it's like normal, it feels normal. Like to land in Trinidad feels normal, you know?
You know
what's feels good to be here.
What's really interesting about what you do, I think it's actually quite daring. The mere fact that you stay somewhere and you just find ways to navigate and move around and get from point A to point B. I think you're brave.
Yeah, I get that a lot. I mean, I think everyone's brave in their own way. Like, you know, I might not be scared to like hitchhike in Haiti, but like I'm scared of roller coasters. Like I'm scared of injections. Like, do you get it? Like we're all just scared of different things. I was scared of tattoos before, but then everyone kept telling me, "Oh, you're so brave, you're so brave." So I said, "Oh my gosh, if everyone's telling me I'm brave, I can't be too scared to get a tattoo. I have to just do it." So I don't know. I think we're just brave in different ways.
Good stuff. Where are you from originally?
I'm from England, but from like the countryside.
Okay.
It's not like a famous place or anything.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, living this type of life where you're back and forth, you visit different islands, different countries, you just travel for most of the year.
Yeah.
Do you miss home? How does it feel being away from home?
Well, I used to always travel a lot, but I'm 32, so when I was in like my early 20s, I would have like normal jobs in England and I would just like take vacation often, you know?
Right.
So in that case, it was just normal because I'd be like based in one place, but I would just maybe travel every 2 months for like a week or so and come back, you know? But then it was like 3 years ago now when I saved money and quit my job, then it's more been like a full-time thing, which is when I started the TikTok. So like now, England doesn't really necessarily feel like my home anymore because I don't live there. Like I left there 3 years ago. Do you know what I mean? In the past 3 years, I've only been back to England like maybe 5 times or something. Like
So you actually live?
Well, I don't live anywhere. I mean, I don't know, like, but I can't.
So you don't live anywhere?
Well, I haven't been to England. I haven't lived in England since 3 years ago. So to me, I don't live in England. Do you get what I mean? Like, obviously, if I need to write an address, I'll write the one in England, my mum's house. But like, I don't have a bedroom there. I don't.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I sold my car because I'm never there. Like, there's nothing really like for me there apart from obviously my friends and family. But I don't have like a life there anymore because I left all of that. I left my jobs. I sold my car.
Wow.
I put my clothes in boxes. Do you get what I mean? Like, so I can't really, to me, I can't really say it's necessarily like currently my home. Like to me, well, the reason why I have this tattoo means like the world is my home. Or kind of like, do you know what I mean? So to me,
then
like,
there's another one. I see no stress. So clearly, you live a stress-free life.
But I just mean like, you know, wherever I am at the time, if it's for 2 weeks or 1 month or 3 months, like that's my home. Like, do you know what I mean? Because that's the only place that can be my home at this point.
Where are some of the places that you were a bit scared when you visited?
I don't usually get like scared unless something scary happens.
Right.
And usually like nothing. Or usually it's like minor things, but I would say Brazil had a bit of like intense vibes when I was in Brazil. I don't know if it was just that period when I was there or there was just like a lot of like police with these really huge guns just in the middle of the daytime, just like standing on all these corners. And it was really like, you'll see like people weren't really taking out their phones. Like, you know, I'll walk down Charlotte Street like with my phone, but like in Brazil, I would literally like go in a shop and like take it out and look at the map and then put it away. And, you know, I just felt a bit like I had to be a bit It just felt intense. I don't know how to explain it. It just felt a bit intense.
Fair
But the only times, obviously there's been like some bad experiences, like getting robbed or whatever. But to me, that can literally happen anywhere. So I could tell you where it happened, but to me, that's not like a representation of those countries as a whole, because that can literally, it might happen to me in France, it might happen to you in Spain, it might happen to him in Trinidad. It can just happen anywhere.
Happen
do you know what I mean?
To anyone anywhere.
I don't really like judge a whole country by the one thing that happened on this one day, you know.
So let me ask you this: what inspired this lifestyle, this journey?
Well, I took my first solo trip when I was like around 19, 20, back in 2013. I just went to Jamaica by myself because at the time I liked dancehall music. I was going to like dancehall parties in London. And then when I went to Jamaica, well, I didn't have like that much money because I had just only had one job because I was quite young and I was at university. So I had just saved, I think it was like £1,000 or something from a job. And then after I bought the flight, there wasn't like that much money left.
Yeah.
So I knew I couldn't stay at like Sandals. Not that I wanted to, but even if I wanted to, like that wasn't an option. So I had to research like budget travel. I was just on Google, like how to travel on a budget, how to go backpacking, And then I found out about couch surfing, which is a platform where you can sleep on people's couches. Like they offer up their couches to like travelers. So I did that in Jamaica on that first trip. I slept on somebody's couch and she introduced me to her friends. I like went to the river with her friends, you know, went to like local karaoke with her and her friends, whatever. And I was like, wow, like I want to travel like this because I've just had the best 2 weeks, like getting to experience like the Jamaican countryside, you know, local parties, river vibes, all of that. Like I want to do that again. So then I just realized, well, that's how I want to travel, you know. And so I just tried when I could to like save money, travel, you know, throughout my jobs and my studies and everything. And I just always wanted to do that more. So eventually, like 3 years ago, a couple of things happened. Like I broke up with my boyfriend and I had to move out of the apartment that I was renting in London. And I also was getting like fed up with my job. So I just thought like, this is the time. Do you know what I mean? Because there was like no ties anymore, like to the UK, really. So I'd saved money because it had been COVID and I'd worked a lot during COVID because I was working in healthcare. So I'd saved, and I'd been always careful with money. So I'd been saving like since I was, you know, working in my early 20s or whatever. So yeah, I had saved, I can't remember exactly how much to be honest, but you know, like thousands of pounds or whatever. So I was like, okay, I'm going to just see how long I can make this money last and travel as long as I can.
So is it that your plan was, okay, let me just use my savings to travel and live life and have fun?
Yeah, but I thought it might last forever because I thought maybe I'll find a way to like, if that's social media or if that's I get an online job or if it's that I'm in some country and actually I decide I want to move there and I meet someone or I don't know, get like a job to manage a hostel in like the jungle in Nicaragua, whatever. Like I just thought like maybe it will just, it's like open-ended, right? Like maybe it will carry on or maybe I'll decide I don't like it and I'll go to England and try and save again and buy a house. Or I didn't know, like you can't really predict the future. So
you took a risk, more or less.
To me, it's not that risky because I can just fly home. I don't know. Like, to me, do you know what I mean? There's no commitment. Like I just bought a one-way flight. It was to Jamaica actually, the one-way flight. And to me, it's not really a risk because if after 2 weeks I realize actually I want to use this money for something else or actually I want to go back to England and get a job, or okay, just buy a flight to England then. Like to me, it's not really that risky.
So, how your mom, how your relatives took that decision? I mean, you're an adult, obviously. So
yeah, because I wasn't that young. Like I'd already, like I said, been traveling so frequently whenever I could throughout like my whole 20s, and by this point I was like 28, 29. So they were so accustomed to me like always prioritizing travel over everything else, you know. And they were accustomed to me sleeping on strangers' couches, backpacking, hitchhiking, taking the bus in the middle of nowhere, all of this. So it wasn't really like a huge deal, but I think me and my mum are quite similar in like personality and stuff. So she always just doesn't really question, or she usually doesn't question my decisions. My dad, he questions a bit more. He's like, oh, when do you think you'll come back? Like, do you think you'll want to do this forever? Because maybe he couldn't quite understand maybe why somebody might want to do that forever. But then when he started to see that my TikTok started growing and that I wanted to really like pursue that, he actually downloaded TikTok just to watch my videos, even though he's like 80 plus years old. And yeah, I would say he's very supportive now that he knows that like this is what I want to do, and you know,
no regrets.
I just maybe regret like not doing it earlier because I think for so many years I like dreamed of just having a more open-ended like future, but I always felt like, oh no, I can't just quit my jobs and try this because what will everyone say? And oh, you can't just do that. Like you can't, but you actually can.
Good.
You know what I mean?
Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, you're a brave chick, a brave lady. We're glad having you here in Trinidad. What we're gonna do? We're gonna take a really short commercial break. When we come back, though, we're gonna get down to the meat of the meal, right? We're going to participate in some of the drinking games. We have the sour screamers. This is pure lime, grapefruit, orange, and some secret ingredient. All right, it's a non-alcoholic shot that we're going to use for our first drinking game. All right, so let's take a shot. Junior K, Travel with Zoe. Stick around. 63 Lounge, Area Peter Avenue in Port of Spain. That's where we're at right now. As a matter of fact, you'll need to check out 63 Lounge. Cold beverages, warm, courteous staff, indoor, outdoor experience, you know what I mean? Security, live DJs, live entertainment. Check them out, check them out, check them out. All right? Travel with Zoe and Junior K. Take your shot. The fun begins now. All right, so this game, Zoe, it's called Wing It or Sing It. I'm going to sing a couple songs one at a time, and I actually was rehearsing all this. So no, I come on real hard this time. I'm gonna sing a couple songs. The objective is for you to identify the name of the song and the artist.
Okay.
If you do so correctly,
Yeah.
I am going to have a shot of this very
Oh,
sour.
so those are yours and these are mine.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right. If you are unsuccessful, you will then be required to take a shot.
Okay.
It's real simple. Right.
Okay.
So we going now. We going now. Take me home.
Freetown Collective, Take Me Home.
She showed off. All right. All right. Wow. For the first time, I think someone actually made me drink first. Woo! Do we? Woo! That's not cool. Whoever I did was to give us this is. That's not cool. Okay. So you're showing off. I think that she get that because we now come out the carnival season and it freshen her mind. So let's go again. The world is a side.
Oh, who sings that? Yeah, the world is a cycle, but who is it like? Hold on, it might be like Sizzler or like.
That's it. That's the answer.
No, I don't think it's Sizzler. Hold
Okay.
on.
Okay, so she has
Who
about 5
sings
seconds.
The world is
4,
a cycle.
3, 2. Time is up. You gotta take a shot,
Who
Travel with
sings
Zoe.
it?
The world is a
Yeah, but who sings
cycle.
it?
Richie Spice.
Oh.
Oh,
yeah,
so you
true.
had an idea of the.
Well, that's why I said Sizzler, because I knew it was like
Yeah,
that
you know,
reggae
it was a
song, but I
reggae.
didn't know
All
who
right,
sings
all right.
it.
Not too bad, not too bad.
Okay.
Enjoy your shot. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's actually alright.
It's all right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, yeah, because
Really?
you know, I just eat like natural things. So to
Oh.
me, yeah, it's actually
So she eats some of the
alright.
natural things. So we needed to probably put a little more lime for her. So we're going again. Take your shot, wing it or sing it, Travel with Zoe, Junior K. Big up to the first timers. Hi to your fans. You have a lot of fans in Grenada. Alright, so we're actually in Grenada as well as the British Virgin Islands as well as Jamaica. Right? Lovely. They say we are not meant to be.
They say we're not meant to be.
Who's timing?
They say we're not meant to be. They say we're
How
not
much?
meant to be.
5.
What the hell is
4.
that? They say we're not meant to be.
But I can't let you. Won't let you go.
What? They say we're not meant to be, but I can't let you.
Time is up. You don't know it, okay.
I literally don't even know what genre that is.
They say we are not, hold on. Let me take it from here. But I can't let you, won't let you go. Conscience. They say you're the you are. They say, and then oh, they do it? Yeah, they do it. They do it. You don't know it?
Sing it properly.
Okay, that's my version of properly, Zoe. Like, that's my version of properly.
Do it again.
all right. So we're gonna pull it up on YouTube for her.
Well, I have to do this anyway.
Right? Yeah. Right. So while we do so, right? Let me pull it up. for you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah? Goodness. All right, so what's the score? All right,
2-1.
2-1. Not bad at all. And we are going again.
No, it's not 3. Are you mad? Look, 1-2.
Right.
It's not 3-1.
No. It's 2.
It's 2-1.
She had 2, I had 1. Yeah, sabotage. So let's go again. I can call
Lady Lava. Bear Mountain.
Not bad. Woo! It's heating up. Does that mean I am required to take a shot of this very horrible tasting lime and what's ginger? Is it lime and no. It's not ginger. Okay. Woo. Whew. Let's go again. Heat me up. You alone.
Wait, is this cocoa tea? Heat me up.
Yeah, asking all guess.
Okay, Kes cocoa tea.
You sure?
Well, I can't be sure, but that's my answer.
Yeah, she's right. She's right. What's the final score?
3-2 right now.
3-2. Yeah, so congratulations. Congratulations to Travel with Zoe.
Wait, is that the end?
Yeah, that's the end.
Oh.
That's the end of that game. Woo, wow, she actually did pretty good. You know your music, girl. You know your music. What's your favorite genre of music?
Soca.
Soca. Alright, good. And after that, will you a dancer?
Yeah.
Possibly.
But like, I prefer the dancehall from when I was much younger. You know, back when it was like Movado, Alkaline vibes, stuff. I don't really like so much of this Mardi Gone.
You can't do too much of these zest.
Gang and no, I like zest, but that's not zest. That's just
right.
modern dancehall. I don't know.
Okay, good vibes. All right. Before we take a short pause, what are the things you do when you're not going to places and doing vlogs and videos and that kind of
I like cooking. I like my geeky hobby is I love Sudokus. You know Sudokus, those number puzzles.
Yeah,
I love them. I have like a Sudoku book at my house.
Right.
And well, I like going to the beach, the river. I like going on hikes. Yeah.
Good stuff.
I don't know. Yeah.
Good stuff. So we're gonna take a really short pause. When we come back around, more fun. We have 2 more drinking games. Travel with Zoe, Junior K. Take your shot. Stick around. Take your shot, Junior K. Travel with Zoe. We are back. If you just tuned in, it's okay. A little late, but you know, better late than never in some cases, right? Coming to you from 63 Lounge, Area Peter Avenue in Port of Spain. We play drinking games. We chit chat a bit. Get into it one time. You're gonna jump into game number 2. Pick one or sink one. I'm gonna ask you a question, present a scenario, and if you choose not to answer or not to execute the challenge or task, you will be required to have some horrible tasting line. Right? It's really simple. So we get into it one time, Kester and Roper. One time. Right. So, Zoe, I could only imagine you would have, you know, you like home cooked food. You ate from people around, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
People would have cooked meals for you
Yeah.
once or twice. Right. So my question is, who made the worst tasting food for you while visiting Trinidad and Tobago? Or rather, whose food did you enjoy the least while visiting Trinidad and Tobago? Name 2. Name that person. Name that person. Name that person.
But
Name and address.
Can it be like
Name and
a
address.
doubles vendor?
No.
Oh.
No. Who's that person you visited their home? You went to someone's house. Hey, so you hungry? Have some food. They went to the kitchen. Some. Yeah.
Because really, I'm not very fussy.
You're not very
So like
fussy.
once it's vegan,
Right.
usually I'm
But
okay with it.
I
Like
could imagine that there would have been one that didn't taste as good as the others.
No, I really am trying to think. I'm not even faking it right now to be nice. I really am trying to think because really, Trinis can really cook in general, and I'm really trying to think if anyone's ever given me anything I didn't like. Like really,
so you're trying to tell me here now that everybody that you ate from the food was
because pretty
good?
much they all give me similar stuff.
Okay, these are doubles vendor.
Okay, I'm
doubles vendor. Doubles vendor. You had doubles. You like your doubles.
Okay, so I don't know the name
Baran
of it,
Chana, I didn't enjoy.
But there's this one on the avenue, and it has like a cart, like a little cart.
Where on the avenue?
Like near this food. Is it Food Square? Or near one of those like food park things on the avenue. Do you know what I'm talking about? Is it Food Square?
So is this your way of not calling? You are referring to the name of the doubles person? Or
I don't know his name.
Can't remember his name.
No, I don't know his name, but he has like a little metal cart thing, like not a normal table, like an actual like cart thing.
Yeah.
And he's there like all in the night.
So
like
you didn't enjoy his doubles at all?
Honestly, like usually, even if I don't really like doubles, I still want to actively eat more. But
so
this
what happened to it? What happened to it?
Like when sometimes Bara has this like old taste.
So the Bara was
Do you know
old?
what I mean? When it tastes like it's fried in like old oil. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the oil was kind of
so
stale.
now even when I'm really hungry,
you don't eat doubles anymore.
No, doubles, yeah, but just
not from that person. Okay. Did she pass? She not required to take a shot, right? Okay. Great stuff. All right. That went better than I thought. So you're a social media sensation, blah blah blah. We know that, right? Any Trini entertainer, performer, artist ever tracked you, whether it's in person or on social media?
Screaming.
Huh?
Yeah, but they're married, so if I was to say it,
so you can't say, okay, I'll have a shot. No problem. That's okay.
But I didn't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been more than one. Like one's married, one lives with his girlfriend.
Right. So taken Trini men have been tracking you, pursuing you.
Yeah.
Men, they have to do better than that. Eh? That is not a reflection of Trini men.
To like pursue someone.
Yeah.
It's just that if you have a wife,
so why
maybe I wouldn't recommend it.
So you didn't.
Do you know what I mean?
Engage or entertain it because they had a wife.
The one that has a wife, I didn't engage.
Right, but yeah. Okay, good. So I see you've been to Guyana as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, good. Which food do you enjoy more, Trini food or Guyanese food?
Okay.
No, the Guyanese.
When it comes to the normal local food, I prefer Trini food, but Guyana has way more specifically vegan restaurants than Trinidad. And obviously I'm vegan, so Guyana has a big like ITIL, like Rasta food culture. Like even in Georgetown alone, you can find maybe like 8 different like vegan ITIL spots, whereas in Port of Spain I know of like 2.
So you prefer Guyanese food?
I prefer the specifically vegan food in Guyana, but in terms of like let's say a curry chana, a curry pumpkin, all of that, I prefer the Trini one. So I don't know if that counts.
Judges, does that count? Yeah, no? She clear? Alright, no problem. Okay, so we're really getting into your world now. So you travel a lot, you've been around a lot, that's what you do. Name the resort / villa / guest house that you stayed in while in Trinidad that you had the least comfortable experience. Where were you most uncomfortable?
Well, I mostly just stayed with friends. So yeah.
So who's that friend that probably you didn't enjoy the bed that much? Probably the mosquitoes was I don't know, probably the fan wasn't working, the AC conk out, somebody was snoring, didn't have hot and cold water. Where were you least comfortable? And we give you a real blind so far. I think you should probably just take a shot. Yeah.
There's been a few no fan mosquito heavy, which is obviously my fault because I'm willing to sleep anywhere. Do you know what I mean? So I do not blame the people. I actually thank people. Anytime they'll offer me anything, I'm very thankful, and it's my choice to,
Good stuff. So we're going again. Which Caribbean island do you like the least?
Probably in terms of visiting, for me personally, probably Barbados, because it's very expensive and it doesn't really have, I love like hiking up like hills and waterfalls and things like this, and Barbados is more flat. and quite expensive.
Right.
So I think for me, it doesn't suit me the
Okay.
most. But
Yeah.
I love Beige and Soca, so for the music and the carnival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please note the views expressed here are the views of Travel with Zoe, not the views of Junior K or Take Your Shot. Thank you very much. What would you consider to be the most disturbing / inappropriate message you received in your DM in recent times, and from who?
He actually
Wow.
messaged. I put up this fake story that I was here with the shots, and I tagged you guys. And it was just last night that this man sent me a video with a viewpoint from like an unwanted, unrequested video with a viewpoint from like literally somewhere. I honestly just clicked on it and clicked off, so I don't really know. But it looked like it was from under like his legs, as in
Right.
And he even replied to like this one being like, oh, can I come there and take a shot with you? And he keeps being like, can I pay you? I'll send you anything.
Wow.
I just want a break.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Whew.
And
Wow. You sure I don't just want to take a shot? Because you seem to be really good in here.
he even has, or she even has their email address in their bio.
Wow.
But maybe I shouldn't say who it is.
So,
But that person that you can't send me money through my DMs on Instagram for you to break, okay?
Yeah.
Be careful because I'll expose you next time.
I swear. Why did I do that? Why ask? I really didn't expect her to take it there. Whoa. Okay. Choose one. Either your significant other keeps your phone and has access to all your apps and social media platforms for 24 hours, or 24 hours in prison.
He can have my phone, I don't mind.
You don't mind?
Because I don't...
There's
yeah,
nothing to...
like... Yeah, I mean, probably he'll, like, be looking at the messages from boys like that, and then he might... You know, he might then realise who they are, and it'll be awkward if he knows one of them or whatever, but he can look at my phone anytime. It's really not a problem.
Wow. Okay, moving along really nicely. She tough, boy. She's a champion. Yeah, she is a champion. Right? You can only visit one for the rest of your life. It means that if you choose A, you can't go to B at no point in time, ever again.
Yeah.
Trinidad or Tobago?
Trinidad.
Wow. Tobagonians might be little... Tobagonians do too, you know, but why though?
If you could never leave, there's just more stuff here, you know?
Right.
There's more variety of like events, food. Do you know what I mean? It's bigger. So there's just more to entertain you for that whole time that you can't leave and you're stuck here.
Okay. Good stuff. So we're down to one more. Are you a fitness person? No, not really.
Not really. Like, I feel like I walk a lot, which I feel like keeps me fit. But in terms of like workout, I don't want to do that.
Not really. All right. So to wrap up this segment, Zoe, you can either give us 30 squats non-stop, or have a shot.
There's no way. I would take all three. Because I know my form would be terrible, and that would go for like POV. You're trying to... I don't know. It would turn into like a POV.
This has been Pick One or Sink One. Travel with Zoe. She's our guest here today. A fantastic one indeed. One more game, then we wrap up the show. Stick around. We are back. Take a shot, Junior K. Travel with Zoe. Zoe, what is it about the Caribbean that you like this much?
Because the islands are quite small, it's easy to kind of get around. You know, you can explore so much in one day. I like the combination of like them being usually quite heavy on food, heavy on music, and heavy on nature. And heavy on like cultural events. There's always like something going on. So
good stuff. Which brings us to this game number 3, the final one, Caribbean. Right. So we're gonna ask you some tricky questions about different Caribbean things, whether it may be food, culture, whatever the case may be. Anything that you answer wrong or choose not to answer, you take a shot.
Okay.
Simple stuff, right? So we get into it.
How many? 10?
Yeah, I think I'm going to give you about 10, right? So let's get into it. Number 1, the good thing about this is that you're actually learning stuff, right? So which Caribbean island is known for its famous 7-mile beach?
Jamaica.
Often considered one of the best beaches in the world.
Jamaica.
Wrong.
If it's in the grill. No.
Grand Cayman. 7 Mile Beach. Check it out. Check
it's
it out.
not in the grill.
Check it out. I think we may need some more shots, or we could just send some over. I didn't touch them as yet because I think you're gonna be having some shots, right? right. Let's go again. What popular Caribbean dish is made with seasoned? This is too easy. Rice, peas, and often served with jerk pork or jerk chicken.
So this one's Jamaica.
It's Jamaica, but what call the dish?
Rice and peas.
Rice and peas. Correct. Moving along, which Caribbean island is home to the famous pitons?
St. Lucia.
Alright.
One more.
Alright. These questions are really easy. I think you also she was going to be drinking alcohol. That's why we give her a little ease up, right? Which Caribbean island hosts the Reggae Sumfest Music Festival?
Jamaica.
You sure?
Yeah.
Alright, good. Which Caribbean country is known for the historic site of Brimstone Hill Fortress? It's actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
I don't know, but I'm gonna guess.
Yes.
I am gonna guess. St. Vincent.
St. Kitts and Nevis. Nice try, though. Nice try. Which Caribbean island? This one was interesting. Is famous for its annual Conch Festival, celebrating the cultural significance of the conch shell.
I have no idea. I'm gonna guess Grenada.
Turks and Caicos. Yeah, Turks and Caicos. All right. Wow. I think you're gonna get this wrong, but you're gonna attempt to guess it because I tried guessing it too. Which Caribbean island is famous for its rum distilleries and has the largest rum factory in the world, the Bacardi Distillery? We learning things here.
Where is the Bacardi distillery?
You can guess.
That's so random.
Yeah.
Cuba?
Puerto Rico.
Oh.
Puerto Rico. Yeah. All right, so we're down to one more. Right. Give me 5 places in Trinidad that begin with the letter S.
Siparia. San Fernando.
Is she being timed?
Wait, Siparia.
How much more seconds?
Signal Hill.
3 seconds. Time is up.
That's so stressful.
St. Augustine, Sangre Grande.
Yeah, like that was just pressure.
Yeah, it was the pressure. Is that it? Yeah? Big up you. Yeah. That happens when me and the afternoon. How many more questions? One more? Could I throw in a bonus question? Right, bonus question. What's considered the national dish of Grenada?
Hold on.
All right. You're right. You could actually start, give some people some lessons in Caribbean history. Yeah. Job well done. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. We appreciate your knowledge and your energy and your willingness to cooperate, to be here. You know what I mean? Anything you want to say to your supporters, your well-wishers, your fans, even your critics, because I see you don't take up the way, there's
yeah, well, obviously, thanks for the support always. Yeah, like, hopefully you'll
see you around.
Stay tuned, and hopefully I'll keep entertaining you, and yeah.
As always, all right, this has been Take a Shot. Please drink responsibly. Continue watching, share, find us on all the social media platforms. My name is Junior K.
Bye, guys.
Gonna say for you again real soon. Yo.